Hi, I'm Corinne Miller, and first I will be doing question B, and I will be addressing my peers on the importance of taking African American literature. It is important for three reasons. First, Black Americans need to remember who they are and where they come from. Many famous artists in the 21st century, like Pharrell Williams, have been discussing what the new Black American looks like. This topic is not new. For example, in the story The Wife of His Youth, the main character, Mr. Ryder, is faced with the choice to ignore his past or embrace it. He was a part of an organization that was trying to put the past behind them. However, Mr. Ryder's long lost love, Liza Jane, came back into the picture. When she came back into the picture, he embraced his past and introduced her to all the members of the organization. Secondly, it is important because Black Americans need to make sure that they know the true meaning of words or pictures that we celebrate and use ourselves. This picture of LeBron James looks pretty cool by itself, but if we look at where it originally came from, it does not look so cool anymore and looks very offensive. Here at the top it says, "Destroy this mad brute." Now, why would Vogue copy almost exactly the original picture? So African American literature helps us to not just accept what we see and do not know about for sure, but it encourages us to do our research and to see where things that we may not understand or really know come from, like the picture. Thirdly, Black Americans need to remember that as people we are intelligent and no one can tell us otherwise. In a folktale, all Beecher make a money, the slave John is able to trick his master into killing master's own horse, grandmother, and finally himself. And John did all this with his wit and his intelligence. There are so many other things that you can learn that are great to know in African American literature, and I encourage you to go and learn it. Secondly, I will be doing question D, which is I will be sharing how I will use the information that I have learned this semester. I will use the information to help me grow as an individual. Pinky from the film Pinky had to say no to a proposal and opened Miss M's clinic and nursery school for Black Americans to embrace her identity. In the same way, I will not let anything or anyone stop me from embracing my full identity, because many times that's exactly what I do. Secondly, I do like I do agree with both Washington and Du Bois in that it is important to be good in vocational education and liberal arts. So I will be continuing to get my liberal arts degree until I get the degree, and I will also get better at what I already know how to do, my vocational education, so that I can be better rounded as an educated student or person. And these things are important because it will help me step outside of my comfort zone and help me to live life to my fullest potential. Finally, for the Black Arts and Black Power movement, I will be talking about the police brutality during the movement. The police of the 20th century in Philadelphia misused their power by trying to flush the MOVE members out of their own home with a bulldozer and bombs. These same police responded violently by beating or shooting at MOVE members who surrendered or were trying to surrender in both the 1978 and 1985 confrontation with the MOVE movement. Furthermore, these police were very cruel in the way that they beat innocent Black American neighbors of MOVE because they were not even a part of the movement. And last, the police were heartless to allow MOVE members and children to die in the fire that the police themselves started. This account is very tragic, but however, the policemen of the 21st century can learn from the mistakes of the 20th century police in Philadelphia. And hopefully the policemen of the 20th century will be able to prevent another tragedy similar to what happened to the MOVE members from occurring not only in Philadelphia but everywhere else as well in America. Thank you.